Welcome to World War II Chronicles, a weekly tribute to America's fighting men and women in commemoration of the Second World War. These programs are narrated by Ed Herlihy and are based on the news broadcasts of the war period from the recorded sound collection of the National Archives in Washington, D.C.
I want to talk to you fighting men and women about the Battle of the United States. It was a struggle against enemy agents who had been sent to this country to disrupt our industries, destroy our morale, and damage the impact of our fighting armies.
The major concern of J. Edgar Hoover during the war was the threat of Axis terrorism. His Federal Bureau of Investigation reported over 3,000 acts of sabotage, but none was serious. Potentially, the worst damage would have come from 8 German saboteurs who landed on the Atlantic coast. The saga began on June 12, 1942, as a German U-boat approached the shore of Long Island.
The saboteurs, when they landed, were wearing the fatigue uniform of German soldiers. They did that so that if they were captured upon landing, they could claim the status of prisoners of war and thus could not be shot. When they safely reached the beaches, however, they all changed to civilian clothes.
After the leader of the saboteurs, George Dash, turned himself in, Dash then proceeded to lead the FBI to his comrades.
The FBI announced a half hour ago that several accomplices have been arrested in connection with the previous seizure of 8 German saboteurs landed from submarines off the coasts of Florida and Long Island.
The United States government spent the better part of a month deciding whether the saboteurs should be tried in a civil or military court. Eventually, a secret military trial was conducted from July 8th to August 4th. 4 days after the trial, President Roosevelt announced that the saboteurs had been found guilty and 6 of the 8 would be executed.
2 others who turned informers were sentenced to prison at hard labor. These were Ernest Berger, sentenced to life, and George Dash, sentenced to 30 years.
The incident held a lock on the attention of the American people for most of the summer and sparked renewed fear of the possibility of secret agents infiltrating the home front.
Remember last week I said I'd show you how an Axis agent could work? Don't you think it might be a good idea to think before you talk?
I'm Ed Herlihy. Join me next time for World War II Chronicles.
World War II Chronicles was produced by the American Veterans Center and Radio America in cooperation with the National Archives. To listen to more episodes, subscribe on iTunes or visit AmericanVeteransCenter.org. We need your help to keep the legacy of our World War II generation alive. Visit AmericanVeteransCenter.org to make a donation to support World War II Chronicles and the ongoing work of the American Veterans Center.